Good morning, everyone, and happy Saturday. I hope everyone's having a great Saturday morning. I know I am. I've been up forever. I have to get up early to let my farm animals out. Anyways, I was just sitting here and I thought, why not do a private stream and just look at my true crime like I do every morning? So, this is what I do every morning, guys. I've only glanced at these true crime articles because I wanted to read them on my live/private video I'm doing right now. So the first article we have up is about Don Lewis. So let's take a look at that. We'll read it and then I'll give my thoughts and opinions on it. And you guys can give your thoughts and opinions on it in the comment section. Don Lewis, he really loved cats. He really did. If it wasn't for him, Carole wouldn't even be involved in big cats. Don Lewis, Handyman's ex-wife, says he may have something to do with Carole Baskin's missing husband. And we talked a little bit about this yesterday. There is a 48 Hours episode. I think it's called 48 Hour Suspicion that's coming out September 9th about Don Lewis's disappearance. Now, I don't think Carole is in this episode, but Don's ex-wife is, his daughters. And Don's former handyman's ex-wife is in it. And boy, she drops some bombshells. Okay, so let's read this. The former wife of Carole Baskin's former handyman says in a CBS documentary that she thinks her ex may have something to do with the disappearance of Carole Baskin's then husband, Don Lewis, in 1997. Don's disappearance was a key element of the Netflix series Tiger King, in which Joe Exotic claims that Baskin had Don Lewis killed and fed him to the tigers the couple kept at their rescue facility. Joe Exotic, whose real name is Joseph Maldonado Passage, is serving a 22-year prison sentence for a botched murder-for-hire plan to kill Carole Baskin. But now, Tricia Farr Payne tells 48 Hours Suspicion that Kenny Farr brought home a large freezer around the time of Don Lewis's disappearance, and that freezer disappeared from their porch about a week later. And 2 weeks later, before Don Lewis's disappearance, she said, Kenny Farr told her, Don's gone, and I don't want you talking about him. She made the same statement on Ripperjack Media's channel in an interview, by the way. Y'all check him out if you're not subscribed. Baskin has repeatedly denied any involvement in the disappearance of Lewis, who was declared dead in 2002. No remains have ever been found. Kenny Farr also denies knowing anything about Don's disappearance. The Tampa Bay Times reported earlier this year that Tiger King director Rebecca Chaiklin, I think it's how you say it, said that a former detective on the case told her that Kenny Farr passed a lie detector test. Well, we know lie detector tests are not always accurate, and that's hearsay. We don't know if he passed one or not. Excuse me, guys. The Times also said that Tricia Farr Payne told detectives in 2000, as the couple was breaking up, that she believed her husband had something to do with Don's disappearance. Recently, her accusations have made their rounds on Facebook posts and YouTube videos, the Times said. Kenny Farr served 90 days in jail in 2001 after pleading guilty to domestic violence and improper exhibition of a firearm in an incident involving Trish Farr Payne. He later went to prison for drug trafficking. Don Lewis's family has offered a $100,000 reward for information about his disappearance. They have also filed a lawsuit against Carole Baskin. And Carole Baskin's husband, Harold Baskin, he filed a motion, something against the lawsuit. See, the lawsuit is not seeking money. It's seeking paperwork and information about Don. Well, in Harold Baskin's motion he filed, he said that they have waited too long. Because, it's been years. It's been since like the 2000s whenever Don was declared legally dead. Uh, Harold also claims that they had a mediator, Don's daughters and Carole, and they worked things out about the will. The kids only got 10% of the will. Carole got the rest. And let's not forget that 4 handwriting experts have said that the will was forged. Don Lewis did not sign that will. But here's the kicker. The statute of limitations is up. Even if it's forged, there's nothing legally they can do to Carole now. The only thing that can be done is Don Lewis's daughters taking her to court. I guess like a civil suit. Um, Something else that Trish Farr Payne mentioned in the interview on Ripperjack Media's channel. She said that Kenny came home. It was the night of Don's disappearance, and he had Don's guns with him. Carole had give him Don's guns, among other items. I think Kenny is a very good suspect. Here's something else that's suspicious. After Don's disappearance, Carole fired everyone that worked for Don except for Kenny Farr. She kept the shadiest one around. It's always been my theory that Kenny helped Carole, I want to call her Carole, get rid of Don. I do not think she fed him to the tigers. They disposed of his body in a very secluded location, is my theory. Maybe even took him to the swamp, the Everglades. Who knows? I know what Trish is saying is hearsay, but look, Carole didn't even know her husband was missing. Don's secretary is the one that, reported him missing, Anne McQueen. I cannot believe that they have let Carole Baskin on Dancing with the Stars. I think that's a big mistake. No, there's no proof that she killed her husband, but everyone suspects that she did. And she's just so cold hearted when she talks about it, and she victim bashes. Here Dawn is, her missing husband, been missing for years, and she gets on YouTube and tries to convince everyone that he had dementia. And the reason that she tries to do that is so she can convince everyone he had dementia and wandered off by himself. That's why she makes those videos talking about him dumpster diving and all this and that. Let's see. What do we need to go to now? Let's go back to the main page. I don't know if I'm going to look at any child abuse cases this morning. You really get to me, guys. Gosh, you can't look at anything for the damn ads. Oh, gosh. Okay. Let's see this. Grocery store customer grabs another customer's cart with her baby inside and tries to leave. Oh, I know what I forgot to do before I started the stream now. It just hit me. I forgot to find a good topic. I'm sure I can get in my Newsbreak app and find one really quick before I end. We're going to look at a couple cases first. See it. Grocery store customer grabs another customer's cart with her baby inside and tries to leave. An Arizona man has been charged with kidnapping after he tried to walk out of a Flagstaff grocery store, pushing a cart with another customer's baby inside. Jeffrey Roholt, 59, told police he thought the cart was his when he finished paying for his 2 small bags of groceries at a self-checkout line and turned to leave. The cart with the infant inside belonged to the woman at the next checkout station, Flagstaff police said. She noticed Roholt leaving with her baby and stopped him. Roholt left the store after the incident at about 9:30 a.m. on Thursday, and the mother called police. Take a look at the video. Oops, let me stop this for a minute. Okay, I messed up my screen share. He clearly was looking around when he took that baby. You could see it on the video. Let's Let's go back and look at that. He's getting his bags. He turns around, gets the buggy. He turns back to look. Watch him. He's looking to the side to see if anyone sees him. He was trying to kidnap that baby. He's trying to say that it was a mistake. He grabbed the wrong buggy. Really? You don't see that big baby carrier sitting in the buggy? You're looking around to see if anyone was watching you, dude. He was going to kidnap that baby and do God knows what. People are so sick, guys. Thank God. Thank God she saw him before he could get out the door and get gone. Okay. Let's see what else we're going to find. Okay, let's look at this. I didn't want to look at any child abuse cases, but okay, it says little boy found dead, covered in severe bruises and vomit, had been fed nothing but rice and water for weeks. I'll never understand child abuse. I took a quick look at this story earlier this morning, and the stepmother was severely abusing this little boy, and the dad let him. I'll never understand how anyone could harm their child or let someone else harm their child. Can't believe anyone would harm any child at all. Probably going to have problems pronouncing the names here. The boy's stepmother reportedly confessed that she beat him with a frying pan and a dog leash. A prosecutor said she locked him in a closet at night, forcing him to sleep there. Says a 9-year-old boy died earlier this week. He had been the long victim of unspeakable torture and neglect at the hands of his stepmother, and the boy's father did nothing to help his son. We're going to have to call her step monster. It's people like her that give step parents a bad name. There's some good step parents in the world. I think his name is Emmerich. Osuna was found unresponsive on Tuesday night at an apartment in Mariandon. I can't pronounce that, Idaho. I know how to pronounce it, but my tongue's not letting me. Okay, prosecutor Tamara Kelly reportedly said in court on Thursday that the 9-year-old boy was covered in bruises and had allegedly suffered horrific torture at the hands of his stepmonster. His heart was not beating when first responders arrived, and despite life-saving efforts, he could not be revived. Oh, bless him. Police reportedly said the boy appeared to be malnourished, and there was vomit leaking from his mouth. The little boy had bruises all over his body, specifically on his buttocks, groin, legs, and torso. Kelly told a judge, according to the report, some of the bruises were extremely large and essentially covered the back of his body. Oh my gosh. Kelly also claimed the boy's stepmother, 27-year-old Monique Osuna, admitted to police that she kicked and beat the boy with a number of items, including a frying pan, a belt, a dog leash, which the stepmother allegedly said she used because it was heavier than a belt. Jesus. During recent months, when the boy was doing remote learning to the coronavirus pandemic, and Monique Osuna was working from home, she allegedly forced him to do wall sit exercises and jumping jacks while she was working. The boy's father, Eric Osuna, allegedly told police that Emmerich had only been given rice to eat and water to drink in the weeks before he died. God, it's like he was in a what do you call that? Concentration camp? I can't pronounce that word. Um, it says the prosecutors reportedly said in the court that the boy had essentially become a prisoner of his stepmother's abuse during the pandemic and that his father did nothing to stop it. Due to COVID, she's been working from home, and since Emmerich was not in school, she essentially had access to him all day long, Kelly said at Thursday's arraignment. The couple is also accused of failing to provide the boy with medical care. Detectives reportedly obtained text messages showing that Eric texted Monique earlier Tuesday to say they needed to take Emmerich to the hospital. I know you're scared. I am too. the boy's father reportedly said in the text, but the couple did not take the boy to the hospital and they did not call 911 until more than 4 hours later. He's just as guilty as the step monster. He knew she was beating him. I read that child abuse had went up since the pandemic. There's a lot more kids being homeschooled now. So they're not at school for teachers to notice that something's not right with him. I read that teachers actually report a lot of child abuse. Okay, the couple has 3 other children, according to the report, who are now in the custody of Idaho Health and Welfare. Each suspect is being held on a $2 million bail. It is unclear from report if a medical examiner is performing an autopsy to determine the boy's cause of death. Well, they are. A relative has launched a GoFundMe campaign to have the boy buried in California, where Emmerich lived before he was reunited with his father in recent years, according to a statement posted on the fundraiser. Wow. It really, really blows my mind that someone would allow their spouse to abuse their child. I can't believe anyone would abuse any child, whether it's their child or not. They deserve the death penalty. They should be kept in a cage and fed rice and water. Okay, guys. I'm going to have to get off this. It's really, really upsetting me. Let's look at this Florida woman's murder for hire plot. Falls through when hitman turns out to be an undercover agent. Well, that's the way it goes 99% of the time. These people get the ideas they're going to do a murder for hire, and the person they reach out to usually sets them up and contacts the police. And the hitman's usually an undercover cop. Florida woman thought she was hiring a hitman to kill her husband's corrections officer mistress, but the hitman turned out to be an undercover agent. Ashley Spencer, 33, was arrested and charged with solicitation to commit first-degree murder and solicitation to commit occupied burglary with battery. Brevard County Sheriff's Office spokesman Todd Goodyear said Spencer wanted the two of them to break into the intended victim's residence and tie up anyone inside, and then she would shoot the intended victim with her own .38 caliber revolver. Goodyear said deputies began their investigation on August 29th when they got a call from a concerned citizen who said Spencer had asked if the citizen knew of any felons that would do a job for her. Spencer went on to tell the citizen that she had a gun and wanted to harm a female corrections deputy and her child. Investigators arranged a phone call between Spencer and the informant, monitored by police. During the call, the informant told Spencer she had a person that could help her, but they wanted to know what the job was, said Goodyear. After that call, the investigators set up a meeting between Spencer and the hitman, actually a Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms agent, on Wednesday. It was during that meeting that Spencer explained her plan for the pair to break into the woman's home and kill her. Spencer agreed to pay $2,000 and explained how she was creating an alibi that would make it appear she was out of town. She also said she would give the agent the gun after the shooting. I gotta take a drink of coffee, guys. Oh, it's about to get choked. Spencer stated to the undercover agent that Spencer and her husband, a former corrections deputy at the Brevard County Jail, who resigned from his position in August 2020, have been trying to conceive a child, specifically a boy, and she discovered that the intended victim was able to provide her husband with the baby boy, Goodyear said. Spencer was arrested on Thursday, Goodyear said, and is being held without bond in another county because of the connections with the Brevard County Jail. Man, people are nuts. Like, that don't even make sense to me. If someone's cheating on you, you should be mad at them, not the other person. You should be mad at your partner that's cheating on you. I can't believe that she would actually kill her intended victim's child over this. She has to have some mental issues going on. She has to. Blows my mind. Okay. Say something about Jacob Blake, paralyzed in police shooting, answers domestic abuse charges from his hospital bed. Um, we can take a look at that. Let's take a look at the teens rob and kill married couple. Hold on one second. Have I not been screen sharing? Well, that's okay if I didn't share it. I meant to screen share that. I'm not going to start my video over because I've been doing this for 27 minutes. Oh my goodness, guys. Let me remove some of the damn ads here. Gosh. Teen Robson kills married couple with 5 children when they respond to used car ad. The suspect allegedly admitted the car was stolen. And this is from Colorado, guys. A Colorado man was formally charged Thursday with robbing and killing a married couple who he allegedly lured to a location with an advertisement for a used car. Kyrie Brown, 18, confessed to stealing a 2017 Toyota RAV4 and posting it for sale on Let Go. Joseph and Jocelyn Roland, 39 and 40, met Brown at Southlands Mall in Aurora on August 14th. Brown allegedly told the couple that he had the wrong car title and asked them to follow him to an apartment where he shot them. Brown reportedly pulled a gun on Joseph Roland as the couple sat in their car. Brown claimed he shot him and accidentally shot his wife after the couple's car started moving. Joseph and Jocelyn Roland were pronounced dead at the hospital within minutes of one another. Oh gosh. Now there's 5 kids without their parents. After the deadly shooting, Brown reportedly relisted the stolen car on the same application, but put the ad under a different name. Police said the vehicle was already at their impound lot by then. So this couple answered an ad and went to look at his car and he killed them. Probably robbery was the motive. Police reviewed messages sent through the Let Go app and cell phone records. They pinged Brown's phone and located him. Brown was arrested on August 27th, following a brief chase that ended in Denver. Brown allegedly told police he stole $3,000 from the Rolands. After the shooting, he reportedly tried to set the stolen vehicle on fire. Joseph Roland reportedly flips cars for a living. His 17-year-old daughter told detectives that she planned to go with her father to purchase the RAV4, but she decided to go to her boyfriend's house, so her stepmother went instead. Wow. Brown was also charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. Aurora police said in a statement that the 18th Judicial District Attorney's Office is prosecuting the case. Here's the probable cause affidavit. That's so sad. Now 5 kids are left without a mom or a dad. Okay, let's look at this toddler case and then we'll do the Brown case. It's so sad that guy's paralyzed and will never walk again. Excuse me, guys. Couple jailed months after infant dies. Bloody toddler tests positive for narcotics. In Florida couple was arrested Monday after their 3-month-old child reportedly died in their care, and a toddler in their house tested positive for narcotics. WJXY obtained a heavily redacted arrest report, which stated that the infant was pronounced dead at the hospital in January. Cheyenne Schilling, 24, was transported to the hospital around the same time after she allegedly made suicidal thoughts to medical personnel. Cheyenne reportedly became so combative that she had to be sedated. A doctor observed track marks on her arms and burns on her fingers, which authorities asserted with consist asserted was consistent with intravenous drug use. I mean, she shot up drugs. The deputy who initially responded to Schilling and Jonathan Lopez Lake City home learned of another child at the residence. The arrest report alleged that officers discovered a 3-year-old boy who was filthy, had blood on his cheek, and was wearing only a t-shirt and a diaper. Deputies reportedly also observed a burn pile for trash on the property, which included glass and other garbage, which could have harmed the toddler if left unattended. Neighbors told police that the toddler often ran outside without any supervision. Oh gosh. Thank God he's took from them now. Further, investigators told WJXY that the couple's trailer was very filthy and unfit for children to live in. Cheyenne Schilling was Baker acted and remained hospitalized. What? That doesn't even make sense. It says Schilling was Baker acted. Oh, okay, I get it now. And remained hospitalized. Meanwhile, the Department of Children and Families took custody of the 3-year-old and took hair samples for drug testing. On March 2nd, the child's hair sample allegedly came back positive for narcotics. Cheyenne Schilling was arrested on May 4th for a probation violation stemming from a positive drug test. Schilling and Lopez is 25, were charged with child neglect with bodily harm in regards to the 3-year-old's positive drug test. Investigators explained that it took months to issue arrest warrants because they were waiting for the deceased infant's autopsy report and the 3-year-old's toxicology report. I hope this 3-year-old is in a good home where they love and care and protect him. While local reports identified the deceased infant as Cheyenne Schilling's and Lopez's child, it's unclear how the toddler is related to the couple. It is unknown whether the toddler was placed in foster care. Well, the child had to be placed in foster care or in maybe a family member's home because they're in jail. So someone's got it. He may not be in foster care. Family may have him. Some of these poor little kids, guys, they don't even have a chance in life because they end up with pieces of shit, scumbags like these two right here. And what's up with his mugshot picture? Why's he looking like at him? And she looked like she about 12 years old. Mm-mm-mm. Sick, guys. Okay. Let's look at Jacob Blake's charges he had to answer to. I'm going to have to unplug my mic. Okay, crime online. Jesus Christ. I know you guys got to make some money to pay your writers, but God, y'all cover the articles and ads. You would think a couple would be enough. Let me stop screen sharing this and make sure I'm going to share the audio. See if we can. Thought it was a video. Okay. Hold on a minute. I thought this was a video, but it's not. Look like it. Jacob Blake, the man whose shooting by police last month sparked another round of nationwide protests against police brutality, appeared in court from his hospital bed on Friday, entering several not guilty pleas on charges stemming from a domestic incident in May. Blake, who is paralyzed from the waist down from the August 23rd shooting in Kenosha, Wisconsin, wore a blue dress shirt and yellow tie in the video link from, I can't pronounce the hospital, from his hospital bed. And it's about 45 miles from Kenosha. The shooting is being investigated by the Wisconsin Department of Justice, which so far provided few details about what led up to the incident, captured in a 20-second video that showed Officer Rustin Shesky fire 7 shots into Blake's back as he leaned into his SUV, where his 3 children were strapped into the back seat. The video shows 3 officers with weapons drawn, as Blake walks around his vehicle, opens the driver's door. As he leans in, Shesky grabs his shirt and fires. The Kenosha Professional Police Association claims Blake had a knife and forcefully fought with officers, but that is not seen in the video. Well, hopefully they had their body cam on. We can get to the truth. The Department of Justice said that Blake told officers he had a knife in his possession, and a knife was found on the floorboard of his vehicle after the shooting. The agency has not said whether he was holding a knife at the time. None of the other officers fired their weapons. All of them have been placed on administrative leave. The department said that police responded to a call from a woman who is not being identified, who told them that her boyfriend was present and was not supposed to be on the premises. Police tried to arrest Blake and tased him, but the agency has not said why police tried to arrest him, although there was apparently a warrant out for his arrest after charges were filed in July regarding the domestic incident in Maine. The charges from the May 3rd incident, one felony count of third-degree sexual assault and two misdemeanor counts of disorderly conduct and criminal trespassing, were filed on July 6th. After Friday's hearing was the first court action in that case, which so far has not been linked to the incident on August 23rd. A court commissioner issued a $10,000 signature bond for Blake, meaning he only pays the money if he fails to appear in court or violates the terms of his release. Those terms include no violent contact with the victim or her children, no contact at the victim's residence, no possession of any weapons, no out-of-state travel except for medical treatment. Defense attorneys and the prosecution agreed to the terms, noting that Blake has no prior criminal record. A pretrial conference is scheduled for October 21st. And I just want to add this. Just because he is charged with trespassing and, what did it say, sexual assault, just because someone's charged with something, it does not mean that they did it. People are supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. But, when you're in the court of public opinion, I know people's going to, kind of give the side eye about that sexual assault. So I just wanted to add, hey, just because he's charged with it doesn't mean that he did it. And why in the hell are they shooting this man in the back? I don't really think he was going for his knife. That's just my opinion. But anyhow, well, guys, I guess I'm going to get off here. That's enough of reading true crime this morning. I've got to get my hubby situated before he goes on his trip. He's getting ready to leave here in a little bit. Anyways, I didn't have a good topic to end this stream, but that's okay. The next time I stream, I promise I'll have a good story for us. Anyways, have a great Saturday. Be safe, be kind, and peace.